The world collapsed in a single day. We didn't expect a war, it simply arrived. We thought we were the masters of this planet. But the truth was different. We were just temporary occupants. It started with the sky. Thunder, lightning. Then a fireball tore through the air and crashed into Woking. People gathered to witness a miracle. They thought they were seeing a new discovery. But what emerged from the crater buried all their hopes. A metallic giant, towering like a skyscraper, cold as death itself. The first beam struck a crowd in the street. People vanished in an instant, as if they had never been there. Screams gave way to silence. And then the real destruction began. The tripods marched forward, obliterating everything. Homes, squares, bridges. No one understood what was happening. This wasn't a war, it was extermination. Families hid in their homes, but the tripods tore through walls like paper. I saw a woman who shielded her child with her body, but neither of them survived. Everything they knew vanished in an instant. I saw people seeking salvation. Crowds ran into the church, believing its walls would protect them. Prayers mixed with screams. But walls couldn't stop the heat ray. When the first tripod aimed its light at the steeple, everything inside erupted into flames. And not even those who had crossed themselves survived. Workers at the factory kept working, thinking their steel machines would shield them, but steel melted like wax. People scattered, but the beams found them, turning everything into a wasteland of ash. They followed us, step by step. They heard us, they sensed us. Fire and smoke crept through the trees until the last screams faded away. That day, I lost everything. My family, my home, and my faith that humanity was ready to fight. We were weak, divided. But the story didn't end there. We survived that war. We lived to forget. And then we started fighting again, this time with each other. What's the point of surviving if we bring the fire of destruction ourselves? What's the point of fighting if we refuse to learn? But maybe tea here is still a chance to remember why we're alive, if we can stop ourselves before it's too late.
When you are creating an epic project about an alien invasion, you think you've got everything under control. But the reality is this. Even Martian tripods can forget how to walk and how many legs they're supposed to have. Welcome to our world of bugs, bloopers, epic fails that happen behind the scenes. Hi everyone, I am finally recording something longer than a 2-minute video, although even this time, it didn't go without a few personal bugs. The voice you are hearing is AI generated because, well, I never thought I'd become some kind of blogger or anything like that, so I never bothered to get even a halfway decent microphone. The reason this channel even exists is ridiculously random sometime in September. I was heading to the doctor for a leg injury, but ended up discovering a new illness along the way, pneumonia. While stuck at home, trying not to lose my mind while my wife was at work, I started exploring relatively new tech trends, like creating videos similar to War of the Worlds. I made something, uploaded it, and surprised within about a week and a half, a few people actually subscribed. I think I gained about 10 followers in that time. Saying I was shocked is an understatement. And then, I got hooked on the whole process. And now here we are, with almost 400 fans of made-up content. I won't take up more of your time with this backstory. I can share more if anyone's interested later on. For now, I'd like to give you a somewhat messy breakdown of how these videos are made from the perspective of someone who's learning on the go. Let's start with the basics. Today, we won't be covering Midjourney because it had absolutely no role in creating the War of the Worlds video. Not even a little bit. Everything was made using 3 tools: Minimax, ChatGPT, and Suno. Let's break it down. I won't dive into ChatGPT's general uses in everyday life, but focus specifically on its role in script creation. Maybe some of you have wondered how to create similar videos and have already watched countless bloggers explain the process. That's essentially what I did too. But how should I put this? Let's just say, those creators don't exactly prepare you for the true fiery hell you have to go through to write a proper script. If you think you can simply ask ChatGPT to write a script for a 2-minute War of the Worlds video with detailed descriptions of each scene, and it'll churn out something worthy of a professional screenwriter, wrong. Even with the most precise instructions, a straight copy-paste of the output will result in absolute nonsense. I had to spend a lot of time rereading its responses and making 2 to 3 edits every time. The funniest part is that even after revising and refining, ChatGPT tends to forget things we already fixed. The most basic example, I'd ask it to create 25 scenes based on a pre-written script and make sure each one includes a reference to the style of the 1920s, so I wouldn't forget this crucial detail when using Minimax to generate the video. But nope, ChatGPT would include the style in the first 5-10 scenes and completely forget it in the remaining 15-20. If you lose focus and don't double-check, you'll waste precious time fixing things later time that flies by alarmingly fast when you are sitting at a computer. Yes, some might think these complaints are trivial, but I am just being honest, speaking as an ordinary user, not an AI expert. Like many of you, I started with zero experience in this field. Someone's probably rolling their eyes thinking, amateur doesn't know how to write proper prompts. And you know what? Fair enough. I don't have a PhD in artificial intelligence. I am just a regular guy sharing what I've learned from scratch, not from expensive courses. Another challenge with ChatGPT is that even if you ask it to structure scenes like a professional director, after 1 or 2 revisions, it might start skipping important details like camera angles or framing. Fixing these gaps takes hours or even days to achieve a somewhat decent result. And even when you finally have a workable script prompt, Minimax steps into the ring. I discovered Minimax during a pretty crazy time just a couple of days before my pneumonia kicked in. They had a promotion with unlimited use for a month. During that time, I created my Halloween video, which sadly didn't get the attention it deserved, and then moved on to War of the Worlds. Neither of these videos involved Midjourney or image animation. Everything was generated using prompts in Minimax. The result? Over 30,000 views so far. Wow. There were fair, though slightly nitpicky, comments about the number of legs on the tripods. And yeah, it's true, getting the correct number of legs in many scenes was a nightmare. I have no idea why this happened. Maybe Minimax just couldn't believe that something could have 3 legs instead of 2 or 4. No clue. In most cases, the tripods were shown alongside humans, and I had to make sure the human behavior in the frame made sense. But as one sharp-eyed viewer pointed out, shouldn't people be running away from danger, not toward it? Dude, I agree. But Minimax doesn't. Even in this new video, you might have noticed that while some characters are being vaporized in agony, others casually stroll through the scene as if they're heading out for groceries. I don't know what Minimax was trained on, but if you have any guesses, let me know in the comments. When choosing scenes, I prioritized what looked most epic to me and didn't focus too much on logic. Was this the right call? That's for you to decide. Oh, and you probably noticed the lack of consistent tripod designs in older videos. I am still struggling with that. Even when I give identical descriptions for their appearance, Minimax stubbornly creates different versions every time. Occasionally, I manage to get something consistent, but those moments were rare. I thought about spinning this into a creative narrative that the tripods belong to different divisions or units, which is why they look different. But I figured die-hard War of the Worlds fans would tear me apart for it. But in any case, in my opinion, Minimax is still an incredibly powerful tool for creating videos. They constantly update its features, refine and improve it. Overall, the $100 I spent on it were definitely worth it. Suno AI is a pretty amazing tool. This AI generates music in any genre, style, or mood you want. Personally, I love it. I've already created about 10 hit songs with it that didn't make the album. Seriously though, here is not much to say about Suno. I just recommend everyone give it a try. The interface is super simple. If someone like me can figure it out, anyone can. For the first 2 War of the Worlds videos, I used straightforward prompts that matched the 1920s American cinematic style. Again, I'll leave it up to you to judge how well it worked. So, let's wrap this up. This was my first attempt at a format like this, at interacting with people this way in general. Maybe I didn't say much, but I am thrilled that I managed to pull it off at all. I'd be happy if even a few people watch and enjoy it. Before I go, I want to thank all the brave souls who've trusted their time to this experimental and mostly random project. I am doing this all on my own. My only support team is you guys. Thank you so much for your courage and trust. If this format resonates, I'll definitely continue and improve it, maybe even get myself a microphone next time. Don't go too far, though I've prepared a small selection of War of the Worlds epic fails for you. Everything that ended up on the cutting room floor. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.